Good morning, guys. It's 5 a.m. I'm in my car just chilling, reflecting on life. And one thing I've realized lately that's extremely important that a lot of people don't really understand is, man, you got to stand up for yourself in today's world to survive. You know, I've had police pull me over and accuse me of crimes I haven't committed. Like, they'll write me a seatbelt ticket even though I was wearing my seatbelt. I would go to court and fight it. Sometimes it gets dismissed, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm sure as hell not just gonna freely pay a ticket without a trial that I didn't do. I'm gonna try to fight it at any point I can. You know, I've had women try to treat me not right. I've had women that were cheating on me that would try to ask me for money. And sometimes honestly would still give them money because I'm a generous person and I want good karma. But only when I feel like it. I'm not just going to freely give someone money every time they ask because whatever reason. These days, I don't even really give people money for good karma, but I only give people money if they're offering some type of value that they actually deserve that money. So people will try to drain your wallet. Women that aren't or might even be cheating on you, might not be treating you right. Maybe they don't reply right away. Maybe they don't call you back right away. But every time they need something, they'll blow your phone up. Sickening. Sickening, honestly. You got to stand up for yourself when it comes to your job. You might have an abusive boss. You might need to just quit and find a better job. I've been abused in the workplace before. You might need to stand up for yourself with your own parents. I've been abused by my own family. You might need to stand up to yourself with your own siblings. I've been severely abused by my only sister. I don't even want to talk about all the disgusting things that she's done. She doesn't deserve that level of what do you call it? I don't even remember what the word is. She doesn't deserve that level of attention right now. You might need to stand up for yourself when it comes to the foods that they're trying to serve you. Every single corner is filled with fast food. Society is trying to make you fat and sick. You might have to stand up for yourself and say, you know what? No, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm not going to let society keep me fat and sick. I'm going to eat healthy. You might need to stand up for yourself when it comes to, there's so many different things. There's so many different things. And, the problem with, society is um it teaches people to be slaves, really, and that's not good for anyone, because that's why a lot of products these days, it's not built like it's used to, because it's mass produced by underpaid people that don't care about their job. A lot of food these days is factory farmed and sprayed with pesticides, antibiotics, hormones. It's not high quality, locally grown, organic food grown with love and care, because it's not grown by someone that actually cares about growing food. It's grown by someone that's just trying to make a living because they're a wage slave. And that's the problem with capitalism, is it's good to have a free market to some extent. I do believe that. But when you value the dollar over everything, which is how a lot of people think these days, money is can be a good tool, but when it's the end all be all for your entire life, it causes people to do shady things and lose character, and you essentially become a slave to the dollar. You do whatever it takes to make the most money. I'll grow my food the cheapest possible soil, spray it with the cheapest, most toxic pesticide, even if it's poisoning and killing people, because I need to make a profit as a farmer. That's what capitalism forces people to do, right? And with the amount of tax money that's going to our government, and our government isn't even trying to improve our quality of life with every single dollar of it. A lot of it's being siphoned and used for immoral purposes. And so we need to stand up for ourselves as a society. It's always been the people that kept the government in check. At one point, we had to fight a war against Great Britain. And I don't think war is ever really the answer, because if enough people come together, we don't need to fight anyone to make a change. We can make a change in our own communities. Community gardens, just having more things like food pantries, and having just more generous people, if we all came together through the generosity of our hearts, you can have peaceful protests. If everyone stopped going to court for stupid traffic tickets, they can't arrest all of us. If every cop decided to stop being corrupt, if every politician decided to stop being corrupt, no one would need to be killed. So if we all came together for the betterment of us all, things could just work out. It really could be that simple, but people want to overcomplicate things because it allows them to be evil. It allows them to hold on to their delusion. Oh, the world's not that simple. You got to be cruel to survive. No, if we all treated each other kindly, we could all live great. But people have to make up some type of weird fantasy of how the world works more complicated than it really is. That way people can keep living in their delusion. Like, no, nutrition isn't really that simple. You can't just juice fruits and vegetables and drink raw milk and eat raw eggs. You need all these, you need to eat bread and pasta and all these foods that make you feel like shit because you need your complex carbs and the food pyramid, you need to eat grains and this and that, and you can't just eat what makes you feel good and that's hydrating and cleansing for the body. No, you got to eat all these other things that you don't really need. That's what I'm saying is they try to overcomplicate nutrition. People overcomplicate relationships. I've been some of the best relationships in my life where I've had the most sex in my life with amazing women was when me and the woman just genuinely loved each other. We didn't play games. We didn't try to delay text response. We didn't try to figure out the exact perfect text to send each other. We were just consistent. We didn't read a book on how to master women or master men. The best relationships I've been in with women is where we just genuinely loved one another. We were genuinely just attracted to one another. We had sex almost every day. We made food for each other. We just actually cared for one another. And then people say, no, it's not that simple. You got to wait 3 days to text him or her back. That way they value you more. And you got to withhold sex. Otherwise, they won't appreciate it as much. And that's what makes relationships fail is all these games, all these manipulations. It really can be as simple as just love and be there for the person. But people can't wrap their mind around that. And that's one reason why relationships fail these days is because everyone's looking for the technique or the perfect line or the perfect game or manipulation or how long do I need to delay my text response to make them realize I'm busy and high value instead of let me just reply right away and actually be there for them. Those were the best relationships I've had with the most sex, with the most success, is when me and the woman always text each other back in time, when me and the woman always had sex with each other when we wanted it. Simple, basic, just being there for the person. And that's one thing you need to learn in life is it really can be as simple as you just need to stand up for yourself. You know? And I'm not saying it'll solve everything, because we all need to work together. That's the problem, because I can stand up for myself and go to court every time I get a traffic ticket. But if the judge decides I'm guilty, then my life is fucked either way, and my insurance is going to go up, and I might even lose my license at some point because of being racially profiled. I hope it doesn't get to that point, but it might. I have like 7 tickets, upcoming court dates for things I didn't even do. Because cops pull me over and then they say, oh, you weren't wearing a seatbelt. It's like, dude, I took it off because you just pulled me over. I even waited one time until a cop was looking through the window to take my seatbelt off. And he said, and right after I took it off, it's like his little cop pea brain just snapped. And he looks at me and he's like, you know why I pulled you over, right? I'm like, no. And he waited like 2-3 minutes to say this. He was walking around the car looking at my inspection, asking me if my license was good. And then after 2 or 3 minutes of me being pulled over and my window being rolled down, I took my seatbelt off because I figured, okay, he's going to know I just took it off because he already pulled me over. Nope. His cop pea-brain couldn't even process that. He looks through the window right after I take it off, even though I took it off right in front of him as my window was open, as he was looking in my car. He still says, you know, I pulled you over, right? And he doesn't say this right after he pulls me over. He waits 2 or 3 minutes until after I take my seat. He waits 2 or 3 minutes after the traffic stop. He waits until right after I take my seatbelt off. It's like his cop pea-brain couldn't even process that I took it off in front of him, because he says, you know why I pulled you over, right? It's because you weren't wearing your seatbelt. I'm like, no, dude. I just took it off in front of you because you already pulled me over. You told me to grab my license, so I took it off so I could reach into my wallet more easily. And he's just like, no, I saw you without your seatbelt at that traffic light. I'm like, no, dude. No, I literally took it off because you pulled me over. And then he goes in and writes the fucking ticket. And then comes back out with a ticket. I'm like, dude, I just told you what happened. You were here to see it. You literally were here to witness it, but you provide a false testimony. His body cam will literally show that my seatbelt's on when he pulled me over. So that's not going to hold up in court at all. Hopefully it gets dismissed. But what I'm saying is, some of the tickets I've gotten haven't been dismissed, even though I didn't commit the crime. So my point is, you can stand up for yourself perfectly. But if you don't have a gun and someone decides to walk up to you with a gun on the street and shoot you, you might die that day. So we all need to look out for one another. We do. But my point is this. And we all have a responsibility to create heaven on earth. And we all have a responsibility to be good to one another. And a lot of people in today's society are not living up to that responsibility. And it's fucked up. We need to do better. But another thing is this: no matter what, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself, right? And so by standing up for yourself, even if it doesn't fix everything in life, because the judge can still screw you over, or some drunk driver could still hit your car even if you drive perfect every day, or some woman could still decide to call the cops on you and lie and said you raped her, even if you treat her perfectly and stand up for yourself and you set boundaries in the relationship. People can still fuck your life up, but it's harder for them to do it because you're not going down without a fight. And that's the point, is that even if people still decide to throw hell at you, you still need to stand up for yourself, because it's going to do one of two things. Either they're going to realize that they have to come correct, or you're not going to be in their life anymore and they will adjust and they will treat you better, or they'll leave you the fuck alone, or they might still try to attack you despite it all, but at least you're showing them you're not willing to go down without a fight. And eventually they might back off because of that, your perseverance and will alone, right? So you got to stand up for yourself. And if it causes you to lose friends, you didn't want those fucking people in your life anyways. If your so-called friends can't handle you standing up for yourself, and they try to harass you and abuse you, if your so-called lover or woman can't handle you standing up for yourself and she tries to bring you down or abuse you anyways, you didn't want those people in your life to begin with. Straight up. So never be afraid to stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. Make sure you respect yourself in every way you can, whether it be with the food you're eating, the medicine that you put in your body. Sometimes doctors will try to prescribe you the wrong medication, and you know, because you've done the research, that you need a different type of medication. That's another time you got to stand up for yourself. Sometimes parents won't raise you right, and you got to tell your parents straight up, hey, you're not feeding me right. I will refuse to go to school because I'm too hungry. That's what I should have done. My parents weren't even buying me the food that I needed, and my parents had high-paying jobs. They just complained that healthy organic food was too expensive, and they wanted to go out to eat all the time, and it was affecting my health. I should have told them straight up, I can't do this. I'm not going to school. I'm too hungry to focus on class. I should have boycotted school or done something to wake them up. Called Child Protective Services, something, I didn't want to get taken away from my parents, though. I don't trust the government either. So maybe I was smart for not calling them to some extent. But I don't know, man. You got to stand up for yourself. That's the point of this video. People will try to treat you some type of way because maybe they didn't learn how to treat themselves growing up, and so they don't know how to treat other people. But you got to teach them that that's not okay, and you got to explain to them how it is that you want to be treated. and they can either accept it and get with the program, or they can just get left behind. It's really up to them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.